Hi guys, I'm going to give you a little bit of immersion about our writing this week. So the title is How to Catch an Ogre, okay? And this week we're going to be writing a set of instructions. So the first thing that you need to do is you need to have a look at your topic, because in that topic you're going to be designing a trap for your ogre and thinking about how you're actually going to capture it. That's very important before you come onto your writing. Think of a fun and interesting way that you can catch it. There is an example in the modelled right, but see if you can come up with your own imaginative way and have a look at the modelled right to see exactly what sort of information we want in your writing. Now those are just ideas, so use them as a basis, but make sure you can come up with your own, okay? So just having a quick look at the structure, we've written something similar when we wrote our instructions for the witch's potion in Macbeth. So we started with our introduction, which is kind of trying to make the reader read on and talk about what you're actually what information you're trying to give to your audience, okay? Very important here, as you'll see when we come onto the modelled right, there are lots of rhetorical questions because it kind of questions the reader and makes them want to read on. Day 2 is about the background information about ogres and their habits, what can be done about them. Again, this is entirely up to you. You have creative license to change the information and be imaginative. Day 3 is where we really come into our instruction writing. You're going to be doing your equipment, which is going to be a list. So remember your colon and your commas that come between your list. And then we're going to come on to your instructions, which you need to make sure are numbered and you are using instructive language, okay? Day 4 is might be a sentence or two at the end as an important note. And you'll see this structure in your modelled right. I'm going to have a quick look at our success criteria. Now it looks like a lot, but actually some of this will only come in your introduction, or it kind of runs chronologically. So first of all, you need your clear title, how to, and you can come up with your own title. The introduction explains why the reader needs to follow it. So you kind of persuading the reader here, almost, the value of your instructions, okay? Also in your introduction, rhetorical questions to draw the reader in. Next, with your equipment, you can title that as a subheading, which you're going to use to organise your writing, what you will need, and we've got our colon, and then you can use a list to list what the person will need in order to capture their ogre. Okay? Next is your action instructions, and this can be a numbered list. Okay? Imperative verbs are very important in instructions because you're telling them what to do. Are they going to dig, cover, scatter, gather, place, put, and make them powerful, okay? Time connectives, obviously we know that's kind of one of the first things we look at when we look at instructions. First, secondly, after that, next, finally. And then any additional information, again, as I've said, use your imaginations, make it creative and exciting to read, and then your strong statement to close. So we're going to have a quick look at the introduction and just note the rhetorical questions. Are you kept awake by the sounds of ogres tramping through your garden, crushing all of your flowers? Do you shiver in fear as another wheelie bin goes flying through the air, tossed upside down by these giant bullies? Ever got scared walking down an alley at night thinking, what was that? Do you bite your lip at the thought of getting to school safely without any sudden dangers? Ever heard stories of people suddenly disappearing, never to be seen again? If so, the likelihood is that you have an ogre in your neighbourhood. That is something to really worry about. So here you can see that it leaves me wanting to read on and wanting to solve the issue of the ogre. Okay? Now just something to note which you might want to add if you're feeling a bit aspirational in your writing. We used asides to the reader in our instructions for Macbeth, which is where you give people little tips and to the side. So little top tips to the side which you will come into when you do your numbered instructions, okay? The modelled right is going to be really helpful for you to look at that structure, and don't forget your subheadings to organise your work. Good luck guys, and have fun with it.